We've got some things to talk about. Welcome, everybody. I'm Coach Co, and you're with Sports Cards Pro, the data tracking tool that will help you get to the next level when it comes to buying and selling sports cards. Team, we are going to start this video off by jumping onto the Sports Cards Pro website. Boom, just like so. We are going to go into the premium features tool. We are going to be tracking the most sales for sports cards in specific categories over the course of the last 7 days. Before we get started in this video, I want you guys to know that the sales volume data feature is part of the premium features. For just $6 a month, you get access to this feature and many others. However, just for being a subscriber, just for tuning in on a weekly basis, you get access to this information absolutely for free. So it makes no sense not to hit that notification bell right damn now. We are going to go into the biggest volume of sales for basketball cards first. We've got Jordan, we've got Kobe, we've got Jordan, we got Jordan. Jordan is everywhere. We're going to go into the Jordan All-Star, number 21. This is from his 89 Hoops card. 40 cards have been sold or bought in the last 7 days. It's a classic looking card from the 80s/90s. This card's highest sale price was $15 back in April of 2021. They have since come down, and they are about $3. PSA 10 copies will cost you about $90. 9 5s will give you about $62. If you get a 9, $23.21. If you were to grade this card, it's still a winning proposition depending on the service level. It's risky though, because if you don't get a 9, you end up getting a 7 or an 8. Realistically, you're much better off just buying the damn grade, team. So that's something that we will talk about on a weekly basis. That's something that we'll talk about on a category by category basis, because like I said previously, I'm trying to give you the best information possible. I'd like to say some of the realest takes. I try to bring things back down to earth when everyone starts to get super excited. I just want to make sure that everyone has the information necessary to make the moves that they need to make. We are going into baseball, and one of the hottest players in the league is Elly De La Cruz, at least from a media perspective. The next hottest player, I would say this guy has just absolutely dominated the entire league this season. Shohei Ohtani, this is number 600 rookie from Topps Heritage. Look at this run-up, will you? Very seldom do you see a card go through 2021, go through 2022, and not have that run-up happen until this year, especially a guy who's been playing for a while. This raw copy just sold for $44.95. PSA 10 copies will roughly cost you about $200. 9 5s will be about $90. 9s will be about $71. So this is definitely a card. It's an ultra modern card. So you want to think that, the quality control of them isn't terrible. It's a paper card, again, a little bit easier to grade, generally speaking. 9s. I mean, if you grade this card, it comes back a 9. It's still a winning proposition, right? And that's even if his stuff doesn't continue to soar. I mean, the guy is leading in not every single, but most of the categories on the Angels. He's having a historic season, and he could go down as an all-time great considering the fact that he's an unbelievable pitcher and hitter. So that's something to keep in mind. That being said, buy what you like. This is not telling you what to buy or how to operate. I just try to give you my opinions, my thoughts, and honest takes. Someone who participates in the sports card market and hobby regularly and has for quite some time. We're going to go back and we are going to go into football. Blaster Box are high on this list. Panini Select Blasters, second. Mega Box are high on this list too, which just goes to show that the 7-day volume isn't quite there. Now, what I say a lot, if the volume is down, that's probably a signal that you can start accumulating what you're looking for, right? And again, I'm not telling you to buy any specific cards or players. I'm just telling you that when volume shifts, it's usually because no one's talking about the sport, and with good reason. I mean, we're in like the depths of off season. That being said, we're about a month and a half away from things firing back up again and people starting to speculate, people getting excited. We are going to go into the Justin Fields card right here. His 2021 Panini Prism. This looks like a guy that people are speculating on. 35 sales in the last 7 days. He's probably, top 10, top 15. This card at one point in 2022 sold for $10.52. dropped down to about $4 and has since climbed back up to about $9. PSA 10s are about $78.23. 9.5s, $41.50. 9s are $25. One thing I do want to point out here, and it's pretty cool and I would say unique to the Sports Cards Pro page, is the fact that there's a graded population report when you search up cards, which I think is very useful because you can tell, I mean, imagine I was going to buy a raw copy of this card. You can tell roughly how many PSA 10s exist, how many 9s exist, 8s, 7s, 6s. So you can tell based on this chart that generally speaking, a 10 isn't that hard to come by because there are more 10s than 9s. So buying this raw and maybe rolling the dice on a 10, as long as you know what you're looking for, surface, corners, edges, and centering, you know, you might actually be able to pull a profit if you were thinking about grading and then flipping this card. But again, buy what you like, operate how you like. I just try to give you guys as many options as possible and give you as many tools as possible to make those decisions that you need to make. Team, we are going to go into hockey for our next category. Wyatt Johnson is high on this list, and I don't know why. I will say Alex Newhook and Alex DeBrincat are high on this list because they were both traded to new teams. So you're definitely going to see that when players are traded from teams, the volume in the next week, 2 weeks tends to increase. I try to speculate with like trade rumors. I buy the rumors, sell the news. Again, that's my philosophy. That's how I operate. I think it's a calming way to get a little bit of a percentage up if I wasn't planning on holding that card for a little bit longer term. But buy what you like, operate how you like. Wyatt Johnson, this is his rookie card, Young Guns. The Young Guns are traditionally the most sought after cards, most liquid cards in the hockey market. This card got as high as $30.04, dipped down a bit to $21, it's back up to about $27. Now this $30, that was during their playoff run. He looked pretty good. PSA 10 copies are going for $24.97. One thing to note, I mean, this is $27 for an ungraded copy. PSA 10 is almost 10x that. I lied. It's like closer to 8, but still, I mean, that's a pretty big markup, right? You would have to think that this is because they are tough grades. Now, I will tell you, spoiler alert, that this set is a tough grade. So don't think that you can just buy any raw copy of this card and it's going to gem. My personal gem rate, and I would say that overall, I've got a pretty good eye for this stuff, on this set is close to like 60%. And I would say I hover around 80-85% for ultra modern cards. So it's down considerably. You got to know what to look for. And pay special attention to the corners and edges on this specific set. All right, team. We are going to go into racing. New category alert. What? I love it. All right, team. We got a Le Mans poster art. 7-day volume. There are 20 sales of this card. Racing 2023 tops. We're going to go into it. This is the Art Gold. Very nice looking card. This is a brand new index. As you can see here, ungraded copies are selling for about $9.95. We don't have PSA 10 sales, 9s, 9.5s. This is a category to look out for in the not so distant future if you're into racing. As you can see here, we've got the Verstappens, the Lewis Hamiltons, Charles Leclerc. So if you're into racing, this is definitely a category to look out for. Brand new index. Keep posted. Team, we are going into soccer next. And we have Timo Werner tops this list. Why? This is so interesting. See, I'm learning as we go as well. So another thing I try to do is I try to map out, you know, what prompted these sales of these specific players. Very rarely do you see Timo Werner so high on this list. Perhaps an influencer was talking about him. Perhaps there's news that he's going to be moving clubs. This is just something that I find very interesting, and I'm probably going to dig into not so distant future. But there are 16 cards of his that have sold, specifically of the 2018 Panini Prism World Cup, which is by many viewed as his rookie card. These cards were as high as $18 raw back in 2021. They have come down since to about $2. PSA 10 copies, an abysmal $6. Imagine that. Imagine buying this card or paying, you know, whatever you did for this card, grading this card even. And then now it's $10 for PSA, or $5.50 for PSA 10. 9.5s are $5. PSA 9s are $4. Team, I've been saying this for a while. It seems like base cards really are not that desirable. So I would really watch out about buying and holding base cards moving forward. We are going to go into UFC. We've got Dricus high on this list. If I mispronounced him, please let me know. This is his Flash, Orange Flash, in fact, from the 2022 Panini Select. This card got as high as $4.56 back in May, perhaps speculating on an upcoming fight. Dipped down a little bit and is back up to about $4.14. PSA 10 copies, 46 bucks. PSA 9s, $16.09, my friends. Final category, we've got wrestling. And we've got Hulk Hogan high on this list again. I love this. I will say that wrestling collectors tend to really collect the old school, the heritage stuff. I really love that about this collecting space. And this collecting niche specifically, they are diehards, and that's why you always see some of the older stuff tops of this list regardless of the week. You know, I mean, the volume isn't quite there, but you know that these people who are collecting this are true collectors. So we're going into Hulk Hogan's number 3. This is from 1987 Topps WWF. It's a very American looking card. This card sold at peak for $4.50. It's about $3.50 now, but PSA 10 copies are $105. 9s are 55 bucks. Hell, 8s are $26. I mean, this is again a decent candidate. If you can find a nice copy, perhaps someone's been buying them up because they've seen some of the price discrepancy here. So team, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the hottest sports cards of the week. 8 categories now. Don't forget that. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this with a friend. If you haven't checked out the giveaway video on our channel yet, I highly recommend it. We're giving away a box of Bowman Chrome University to 1 lucky subscriber. So head on over to that video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Sports Cards Pro and Coach Co are out of here. Peace.